Hello everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing some blue-black control. Our main focus is getting creatures out of the meta, and that's who we're wanting to match up against mainly. Our downsides of playing this deck is definitely if you're running into a lot of domain and control, I would not play this because you're too heavy on creature removal that there will be dead cards in the future. But if you're running into a lot of aggro and you want a way to deal with them, I recommend playing some version of blue-black and maybe playing more copies of Virtue if you're really running into mono-red. Other than that, we're just going to hop into the games. Got our game plan set up with what we have right here, and we'll move forward with that. All right, we go first. We have a painful hand, kind of, but we'll keep. I think we got a pretty good curve overall. We just need to. Well, then mauling will probably help. Land, pass. And pass. Okay, my mana base is getting more painful. This is great. I pass. Esper? Not Esper, dude. Come on. We can get this down. Let's force him to make this appear. I'll have it. Make a 1/1. They remove it. Great. Especially if it's like with a go for the third or something, because then our shielder is probably good. Very mastermind. Alright. Well, we have removal for it. Connect. So it's Esper Legends for sure. It didn't really have a staggering opener. So we can move the combat first. This can't be blocked. So get the combat in. One black source. I don't think Kaido's in any danger of being removed. Get Mythic down to kind of protect our life total here. I would love to just cut down and edict both of these, which I mean, I guess I'm going to. We can always bean stuff later. Doesn't really matter which way we go about this. Pop you. Now we'll draw. Maybe we can keep the edict. Cannot.
There's no secret I can't.
Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. I definitely butchered that a time or two the very first time I ever casted the spell. But we do get to play Shipwreck Marsh here. Sure. And then play this, kick it, play the edict, get the shielded out of the way. Oh, get this in. Activate. Take the action. I'd like to pay 2. Auto pay. We'd like to cast the edict. Make you sacrifice creature. Now we'll attack. Now we'll draw another card. We're flooding though, so I mean they have a chance. Like arguably you would say our board state plus what they got going on, they wouldn't really have a way to get around it. But never mind, we're nuts. Let us wait on our land drop here. I don't want to make a hasty decision, so drop this out. If we get like a 4-mana, oh, I guess we could just play shielded here, right? Instead of playing the Darkslick Shores, we keep drawing lands. Let's try to close the door. Plus maybe gain some life back. Yeah, they concede. All right, I mean we're first with probably one of the most annoying hands to have to deal with here for an opponent, where we have the counter spell up through your entire turn. Never mind, I'm on a red, they don't care. They're perfectly fine. They actually don't care at all. We'll play Mythics just to get out of the color lane. Doesn't really matter if we play River here because we wouldn't take the damage anyway. Whisper, I'm gonna be honest, most likely could just be like play with fire or monstrous rage, so let's just counter the creature. Worst case, they play a Phoenix. Yeah, nothing there. I would assume that means what I was just saying, that they probably have a monstrous rage or something in hand ready to play around it. Monstrous rage to Kamano, I don't think I'll care. Phoenix chick is fine. Get in here. Didn't use a burn spell previously. Would they use one now? I guess they didn't have mana for Lightning Strike. So they get that out of the way. They hit. It's fine with us. We take one more turn here to exhaust their hand, pretty much. And then we'll play Make Disappear and go for the throw. And then slam a Shieldred after when they have way less options to remove it. Let's see it. Alright, well. Let us get Kamano out of here. Yeah. Take that out as well. Another Make Disappear. They still have 3. They still ended up with 3 cards in hand. So let's go one more turn cycle. Get this Masterminded play. Maybe they'll shoot it out of the way. We have Make Disappear. Especially knowing they have Mechanized Warfare. Which will make their burn spells actually a lot more relevant to getting Shieldred out of the way. Fine. Taking 1 from a Phoenix Chick this entire game. I'm fine with it. Pop you out. Hard part about playing against mono red, it never seems like they draw lands, so every card's a spell. Get a Shieldred down. No play with fire is active. Play your last land. Lightning Strike is available though. Sure. Could have Witchstalker Frenzy. I'm unsure about that. Lightning Strike. You just draw play with fire? You did. Okay. Sure. That's 5 damage on a Shieldred. Perfectly fine with that. Attack. We might have to activate the Mastermind on their turn because we are flooding. If there's ever a time to activate it, it would be now. Make Disappear, not a likely draw. Sure. Probably trade off the Mastermind here. We're going to want to play Lily. They play Mountain. We have Cut Down. Cut Down's very nice. Although Cut Down's kind of annoying, actually. There's a draw here. So obviously, we'd love to play Liliana and down ticket, but for plus it, I don't think I can.
Nobody knows Dominaria.
I suppose just hold. I think I'm supposed to just hold this Cut Down. As weird as that sounds. Yeah, they give it up. Okay. They hit 2 lands in a row and decide to call it quits. And we will just draw cards, right? I'm gonna try it. I love basic lands. They maul. What do you mean you're in best of 1? You keep every single opener, bad or good. Island. Okay. You can get a hello. The amount of times I get hello, red, Kamano, just take your teeth in. Not a fan. So, just ego checking our boy here. Let's get Kaido down. Maybe Make Disappears on the horizon this time around. No way, bro. Take it back. I'm gonna be honest. I might make a 2/2 or a 1/1. I thought about just like looting, but forcing them to remove this creature is probably fine. The only reason I really didn't want to is because if they're playing the poison deck, which is really, really cool, some of their removal does have proliferate, I think, or like the bounce spell can proliferate and we give it a target by making that 1/1. But let's go ahead and loot, I guess. Good Dark Slick Shores. I'm not gonna lie. Probably worst card in hand. Maybe Virtue's worst card in hand. Not really sure. I'm gonna lose to a Make Disappear here. I'm just gonna play a Shieldred. Okay, well, didn't happen. The reason we play Shieldred before Liliana is because we can play 5th land drop and have the mana to make sure Liliana resolves. But also, we're on less cards in hand than them because Kaido's had to loot. Ooh, and Cut Down. I mean, oh, double Virtue. Okay, that's fine. Well, we now have a card that we're willing to get rid of. But if they had to double Virtue a Shieldred, I mean, I think that says a lot, right? So let's play Shieldred down. Let us roll another card here. I'm sorry, opponent. I know you're playing a cooler deck than me. You're more hip, hot, and handsome. Please leave me alone. I understand that Shieldred can be boring. I mean, I kind of agree with that sentiment, but if you're playing black, you kind of have to play Shieldred, because if you're not, you're throwing. I'm sorry, opponent. I really am. I'll give you a chance. I'll let you Wandering Emperor, because I've drawn 2 more Shieldreds. Okay. Well, now we'll just hard draw.
Now this is a juicy secret.
Let's get old Liliana the Veil in play. Full plus. We're gonna let Virtue go here.
For brunch. You won't be outsmarting me.
Discard Jace. Ugh. Alright, listen, opponent. I might find you more boring. Have they been holding removal? Is that what this is? March. Okay. So, that's great for us.
That's my cue.
They're 2 land drops away from playing a thing that's pretty tough for us to deal with. Sunset Revelry. They have less cards. They'll still have less cards. So now we Mastermind. Yep. Man, don't worry, opponent. I only have more Shieldreds to come. You have a good 4-drop here? Oh, another Sunset Revelry. Very nice. Alright, well, now we gotta look in our graveyard. Do we have anything of goodness? We have Cut Down? I mean, I like that. I like that a lot. Get this in. Should be super aggressive here. Oh, I could play their card, but X would have to be 0, so I'll just play their Cut Down, I guess. We don't have Shieldred in our deck to worry about, so as I hold 3 Shieldreds in hand. We don't have the 5 mana Shieldred in our deck to worry about, so we just don't really care that much. Let's keep drawing. Get a Takenuma. Just land Virtue. Sunfall. Okay. Oh, and they got Virtue lined up. That's not good. I'll play another Shieldred. Don't worry. I have more.
Now this
It's so funny. Because I feel it in my veins. I feel it for him. I really do. Land. Liliana the Veil.
Those who get in my way
I'll pass.
tend to regret it.
Worst part of it all, opponent. I have another one. But there, you can play Shieldred too. If you think about it. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm at 34. That's insane. That is insane. Do that. Plus, we'll draw. Find another Liliana.
what do we have here?
We have 1 card in hand. Let's make him discard it. We'll let Liliana ourselves go.
I'm tired of your secrets.
They bring back card. They bring back Shieldred. Do I hit him with it? Yeah. We know what we're doing. You know the pain that we're causing. Go to combat and they pass up. Okay. We're past combat now. I'd rather use the mana on our turn. So let's get Shieldred down. Sure. Fantastic. I could just like remove this out of the way. Kind of want to.
Sacrifices must be made.
Maybe I should have made him discard. I don't know. We're going for it. I can't see a Kaido out and call it a bad day.
What's the
Let it
matter?
hit. Let it 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 hit. Oh, let's go. I don't even know if I have like a good card to bring out. I really don't. That ult is not good. You battlefield or graveyard. I don't have a way to make them sacrifice that. So, I mean, we just bring out Fairy Mastermind, I guess. Then pass. Sure. Yeah, Alden Kaido, probably not to move, but is Alden Kaido hot? Yes. Indeed it is. So that's why we do it. Farewell, no way, bruv. Exile all creatures. You're taking away your only shielded option with Virtue. That's the only returnable creature. Sweet. I'll get us both to draw. Fine. I understand. I want to draw more cards. I'm at 40 life, by the way. That's kind of crazy. Oh. Could do it. Yeah, let's do it. Now I can make him sack Shieldred. So we actually find an out by doing that. Very sick. Dude, all my opponents are mulling today. I'm just keeping whatever the arena gods give me. Olgari? Okay. They play Liliana. I can play Liliana, and we can both play Liliana. That's a Bramble familiar. Well, let's not let him use the mana off of it. Let's just get it out of the way. I can play Kaido, make a 1/1, watch it die. I can play Liliana minus kill the Glissa. That seems reasonable to me. Oh.
Haven't you ever heard of personal
Nice,
space?
nice. Shieldred? Oh, that's tough. No? Nothing? We naturally draw land, so that's pretty sweet. Let's start with a plus here. I'm gonna let Kaido go, I suppose. I'm gonna play second copy of Kaido. We'll make it 2/2. They remove it. They're lower on cards, and our Liliana's better. Do you grab Glissa or Graveyard Trespasser? A decision that must be made. This obviously can remove Planeswalkers if it hits. But it's also legendary, so if you draw another one, now you have a dead card in hand. Glissa is in play. Do we have another land to follow up? We have a fight spell. Removal. Alright, well. That's sweet. So, you get to do the cool thing here. It does suck for our opponent. Do this, we take the action, we do 2. They're looking in our graveyard already. I see it highlighting. Hit this, we take out this. Go ahead and plus this because we need to. Mirix can probably go. And I'll plus allowing my Liliana to go. It's Fairy Mastermind might be one of the ways to keep ahead in this matchup. Especially... Have a land in there at all? We had Takenuma for sure. 2 basics. We really shouldn't bring back Takenuma, just on the premise that if they did, it would be if they drew another Takenuma, they would be kind of forced to cycle it. It would just be weird, is all it would be. So let us attack here first. Let us activate Kaido. Get max information before we decide what we want to do. Do we have anything in here? We have nothing. We can play Marsh. Might as well minus this and get the Tortoise out of the way. Not really looking to block it anytime soon. In turn, if they cycle a card to draw a card, we obviously slam the Mastermind. They do not. They concede. That makes sense. I was thinking of Mosswood Dread Knight. If they cycle it to draw a card, lose a life or whatever, we slam the Fairy Mastermind. Then we also draw an additional card. Now they're kind of stuck with whatever they drew. Plus that, we got pretty good board state, and Golgari is not necessarily the best at mash removal. It's really good at one-on-one. Alright, so we end up taking it very well today with this deck. A lot of times blue-black is day-to-day, at least from my experience, on whether you're playing the right control deck on the day or you're not. Things that kind of refer to that is based off our removal. If we're running into Domain a lot, we're having a really bad day. We're really leaning on Liliana and hopefully Shieldred, but then our board gets Sunfall. They just Leyline Binding Lily, things of that nature. So that matchup becomes incredibly hard. We don't really play any board wipes, so if they play one Herd Migration, we're pretty dead. But if we are playing against the aggro decks or the grindy decks, we find ourselves in a really good spot. We get to make the decisions with Make Disappear, whether we want a certain thing to resolve or not, or tempo our way out of the game. If they're drawing extra cards, we play Fairy Mastermind that needs a lot of help, which this deck does provide, but Mastermind will draw us additional cards. Halo Forger, basically being a Snapcaster Mage, but it like kind of a slower pace. In this kind of deck, it's 3 mana where we have to pay our X to get our spell out of the bin. Snapcaster, if you're not aware, is 2 mana flash, target a instant or sorcery in the graveyard, you may cast it this turn. It exiles it. This does the same thing, but it casts it immediately. So, for example, Snapcaster, you'd be able to flash it in, target a card, play it throughout the entire turn if your opponent does something. Where this is, you have to cast it kind of immediately, so it's not very good with like counter spells, but it also doesn't have flash, so it's not an option anyway. But we have the 4 cutdowns, which is generally kind of frowned upon in best of 1, at least for me. But we have ways to kind of discard it, so it's not as big of a deal. We have 7 ways for the most part. We have Liliana the Veil. I guess we have 6. We have Liliana the Veil in a 3-of slot and a Kaido in a 3-of slot. So getting rid of this isn't necessarily the hardest thing in the world to do. Whenever you're either having to draw and then discard if you don't have a creature to attack, or you're just plussing Liliana. And it just works incredibly well with the Halo Forger. So it has a lot of upside in terms of like if it's not good, we still have something we can do with it. Go for the throat. Obviously, I have to play that card as a 4-of, and most of the time, if you're just playing a 2-color control deck that involves black, it is mainly a 4-of in that slot, unless you're very heavy on Virtue. Some lists you'll see go to like 4 Virtues, and then Go for the Throat will be at like 3, and Shieldred's Edict will be at 1, and Cut Down will be at a lower number than that. We do play Make Disappear and Fairy Mastermind as well to kind of round out the deck. Other than the 4 Shieldreds, as we saw, our opponent was not a fan of, and neither am I. I completely understand Shieldred can be kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Wins, you know. Got a player. Outside of that, I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. And thanks for watching. Bye.